Well, good morning. As you know, Corey, Allison, and I get together every week for a short video to our realtors and a small group of realtors that we like to keep in touch with. This week, I have a guest, Chris Dinnell. I love this guy. We have no particular history together until sometime when we met years back. I came to know him because he had an extraordinary marketing talent. He's a great networker, a great marketer. And that's how I came to feel like I, quote, knew him. But you, Chris, as you were saying, you actually reached out to me for some reason.
I did, yeah. So we were, when Angela and I first got in the business back in 2017, we had joined with Oakwin, and Oakwin was great. They're a great company. About being in Vancouver, we found that it was definitely when we're going to listing appointments in Richmond, which majority of our business is in Richmond because we're from here. I was noticing that it was playing a role in listing appointments where people were saying, "Oh, you're a Vancouver brokerage." So, well, yes, the brokerage is in Vancouver, but we're from Richmond. And I didn't realize how important the brand was. I always thought people were hiring us as the agents. And I remember actually went out for lunch with Jess Baxter, and Jess had mentioned to me how important the brand was. And I said, "Really? Okay, so had us thinking." So we ended up sending out an email to yourself and two other brokerages here in Richmond. And you responded within 5 minutes, like any good real estate agent, getting a lead, 5 minutes, you've responded. And next day we're in your office. I still have not received an email back from that email from the other two brokerages.
Well, their loss, our gain.
Yes, exactly.
One of the things that you do, Chris, and I hope that other agents do this as well, is that they measure their statistics. One of the metrics that you measure is the notion of, for every 10 listing appointments that you get, any 10 prospecting opportunities you get, in terms of how many you actually get to take across the finishing line.
Exactly. Yeah. So I track everything. I track where my business came from, how many calls I'm making for each person. I am a numbers guy. I'm a big believer in that, it is a math equation. So the more sales you want to do, the more calls and whatnot. So I track every single thing. What I was finding was before, when we were with Oakwin, and this could be a little bit to do with our inexperience because we were newer agents, but we were only between 40 to 50% what we were hitting on. We were getting out to our listing appointments, which I felt was still good because I was in with Tom Ferry coaching when I first got in, and I was hearing that one every two listings that you should go on, you should be getting, and we were getting that. But as soon as we switched over to Remax, our numbers instantly jumped to 75 to 85%. So right around that 80% mark instantly. And I find that when I do lose listings, I'm usually losing listings to other people in our own brokerage, which is, hey, if I'm going to lose to somebody, I'd rather lose to somebody in our own brokerage. So it's great. And that shows that we have so many amazing agents in this office. And that's another reason why we chose Remax was, all the top agents are out of this office, and I aspire to be one day, hopefully, one of those top agents. And to be the best, you got to be around the best. And you've definitely surrounded yourself, Richard, with the best agents in the game here.
Well, Chris, I can't thank you enough for taking a few minutes with me today. I like to dispel, well, it's not a myth. There's this talk out there about Remax, like fee max, and people get worried about the fees that they pay us. Number one, I don't believe they're as high as some people think they are out there, but it's not about the fees. It's about the realtor's ability to improve their business. Our focus is and will remain how to make the realtors the best that they can be. And you epitomize how good effort on your part, partnered along with great brand and image, helps you build your business. Thank you so much for tuning in today with us.
Well, I appreciate all the kind words, Richard. Thank you.
All right. Bye then.
Bye-bye.